Hello and welcome to Java with Jim. I'm Jim Reese, Director of Business Development at Offit Kurman, joined here today with Steve Edwards, founder at Edwards Performance Solutions. Steve, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Jim. How about
Good.
yourself?
Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Steve, tell us about Edwards Performance Solutions, what you do there, and what makes your company different from other companies in your industry.
So, Jim, first off, I want to thank you for inviting me to be on your podcast this morning. I do truly appreciate that. Edwards Performance Solutions is a 25-year-old management consultancy firm that really focuses and has a core competency and expertise in program project portfolio management. But the company didn't start that way. The company started as a systems engineering firm. Based on my background, I'm an electrical engineer and worked for a number of years in the medical industry for a couple of hospitals, local Hopkins and Sinai hospitals here in Baltimore, and worked for a couple of DoD contractors on fire control systems, missile systems, and things. So when I started the company, I thought I'd be a systems engineering firm that would set ourselves apart based on the discipline and rigor that we put into managing those projects. But what I found is that the customers valued the project management approach I had more so than the technical skills that I brought to the table. I'd be in stakeholder meetings where cost, schedule, quality concerns would arise, and I'd offer a couple words of advice around that. And the next thing I knew, I'd be pulled off of the technical side of it to come over and either run the project for them or to mentor a project manager that they had. So I used that plus my passion for project management anyhow to shift the focus of the company early on and become a project management based organization. But that program project portfolio management is really the foundation or the underpinning of everything that we do. And I've got 4 solution areas within the company. So we have our enterprise management group, which really focuses on the program project portfolio management solutions, helping organizations to develop the discipline, the rigor, the methodologies that will help them. And then kind of born out of that is our IT solutions area, which looks at the enterprise management disciplines and the methodologies that they develop, and then they evaluate those to say, okay, where can we add tools and other things to make this more efficient, more effective. So we do a lot of work in Microsoft Project Server, SharePoint. We do a lot of work around building solutions in SharePoint, tying those solutions into legacy systems of the organization, whether it be accounting systems, CRM tools, and so forth. And then also BI tools and reporting tools that help them. And then in our training solutions area of the company, we started off doing training all the way back in the very beginning of the company in 1997, 98 time frame, as a marketing tool, as a business development tool to get, a group of folks together, teach them something that they need to know, but then also introduce the company to them. And that has grown into what we do now, which is we give somewhere between 100 and 200 seminars a year. We teach, 2,000, 2,500 students annually, and we have stellar reputation for that. We, in fact, over the last 10 years, we pulled together the statistics, and we've taught from 2012 to so far this year, 2022, we have taught over 14,000 students across many hundreds, if not over 1,000 courses. And we have an evaluation score from all 14,000, across all 14,000 students, an average score of 9.3 out of a 10-point scale. So, so we do it right, and we have about 60 courses in our course catalog now as well. And then the final area of the company is our cybersecurity solutions area, which is the newest area of the company. We started that about 6 or 7 years ago when we started to realize that there was this overgrowing void within organizations that we were helping them to improve their operational performance, but we were not looking at their cyber hygiene, their cyber footprint, and their cybersecurity program. So we've focused in on that around the risk management, the compliance, and the certification side. So and training. And so I'll talk about that a little bit later as well. But you also asked what sets us apart. Three things really, I think, set us apart. In the training, we put subject matter experts on the stage to teach courses so that when students have those one-off questions of, I know what the slide says, but this was the experience that I had. How would you address that? 99 times out of 100, our teachers, our instructors can address that scenario because they've experienced it. Whereas what I call a platform actor can't do that. They can make a class engaging until you ask one of those one-off questions. Consulting. No consultant in an organization, no team can answer every question that the customer may have. So we have a process in place that allows them to come back into the organization, and we have a cadre of folks, of teams in the company that can address those questions. So if it's a scenario that the team or the person facing the customer hasn't experienced yet, they can bounce that idea off of people inside the company. And then lastly, we live what we do. We run our company, we run this company based on a project management office. We are a CMMI level 3 accredited organization. We're also an ISO 9001 certified organization, and we are accredited in the DoD's CMMC, which is the Cybersecurity Maturity Model certification. Those three elements form the foundation for what we call our EMS, or our Edwards Management System, which is the way we run every aspect of our company. So.
That's terrific. I would say that my takeaway is the training. I had no idea you did as much training in the hours and the numbers of training sessions and courses. That's remarkable. So congrats to you. Steve, when it comes to Edwards Performance Solutions, what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of our people and our culture. Let's face it, we're a consulting firm. So our people and our teams are the face of the company when they're engaged with a customer or a client. So we put a lot of emphasis on hiring the right people because we want the right people for the right work. And so we have a very rigorous interview process and then an onboarding process of training that rivals the big guys, the Accentures and so forth. But then we also invest in those people when they're on board. So we invest in their training, in their education, in getting them the types of certifications that will help them to grow personally and then also grow in the industry. So we put a lot of emphasis into that. And then our culture. We have a very open, transparent culture here. We share a lot of information with the teams, with the employees, and both the good news as well as the challenging news. And so we share that with them. We invite them to give us their feedback on where we can do things better, and how we can improve. And that really results in an organization where I've got folks that have been with me 17, 18, 19 years. A lot of people that have past that 10-year mark, in an industry or a sector that industry standards talk that 2 to 3 years and you're doing well before somebody jumps and goes somewhere else. It also shows itself in repeat customers. We have a number of customers that we've been with 10 plus years, government agencies. We've been at CMS, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, for I think almost 12 years now. Department of Justice, we've been there 20 years, and winning, recompete after recompete to do that. So, and as well as small, private companies, commercial entities.
So a lot to be proud of. Congratulations for what you've accomplished.
Thank you.
Steve, there's been a lot of talk about recession, inflation, interest rates going up, stock market going down. What do the next months look like for Edwards Performance Solutions?
Well, I think the number one area is growth. And anybody will tell you that. But, pivotal growth we're seeing across all the sectors of our company. And we do work in the government space. Probably 80% of our work is in the government space. And we're expanding that into new areas of the government, new agencies. We started doing work about 2 years ago down at the state level, and we're expanding that, as well as the commercial and nonprofit areas of the company. So expanding that, COVID has really dampened things, especially in the government sector, because the access to government agencies, access to government staff is much more challenging now than it ever has been, with them working remote. But we're focused in on that, and I think we're developing. And then in the commercial space, we are looking at the CMMC, the Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification. We were a very early adopter of that program, and we're in all 4 areas of it with the DoD. We develop training material. We teach the courses. To date, we've taught almost 200 students, had a 9.4 average score on those students. And we're also a consulting practice for that, and we're in the process of getting our auditor status so we can actually audit. We had the DoD come out and review our systems, our processes, DIPCAC, and we passed that audit a couple of weeks ago. So we're on the road to getting that certification. So we're also looking at bringing different solution areas together into a solution for an organization, for our customers. An example of that is what we're calling our cyber PMO, where we bring all of the traditional aspects of a project management office into the cybersecurity arena. So an organization can manage their assets, all of the things that are hanging on their network. They can manage their vulnerability scans, manage their policies and procedures, look at their compliance assessments, and bring that all together into one framework that allows them to show the key performance indicators or OKRs or, those things that are used to help manage the organization.
Sounds like you got a lot of great things to look forward to in the next 6 months and beyond. So Steve, what do most people watching this not know about Steve Edwards?
Well, I'm a pretty transparent person. At network meetings and so forth, I'll share a lot of information with people. But the one thing that they might not know is that despite the rigor, the discipline, and the passion that I put into project management within this organization and for all of the customers that we have, I have an incredible reputation for scope creep on my home projects. And they just go out of control. And I think a lot of that is my engineering background. I always want to tweak it. I can do it a little bit better. An example of that is I have a hardscape project that I've been working on now for, I'm going to finish it this year. I promise. I've been working on it for 15 years. It started off as a little corner of a garden I wanted to, that was on a slope on the property. I put a small retaining wall about 2 feet high to hold it back. That has grown into retaining walls all around the house, a stone patio that I built across the whole back of the house, about 60 feet long, and what I call a grand staircase that goes up to another level, 10 steps that go up to another level of the property. I built a grill platform. I built a serving platform, all out of stone. And because I'm an electrical engineer, I had to add technology to that. So it's got speakers built into it. It's got lighting, low voltage lighting built into it. It's got power outlets everywhere. So it just, the more I can do, the more I can accomplish. So
sounds like a labor of love. What a fabulous project.
It is. It's
Good
my
for you.
de-stressor on the weekends.
Yep. I'll bet it is. I'll bet everybody's got to have that release. Well, Steve, thanks for spending time with us today. Really appreciate you sharing all of your information about Edwards Performance Solutions. I know I'll be seeing you soon somewhere. And until then, appreciate you coming on the show, and we'll talk to you later.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Jim.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Bye.